Hello and welcome to Computology Academy, and today we are going to discuss the next question of GS paper 1 of 2016 mains, that is of history. So in the history there are questions from ancient, medieval, modern and Jharkhand. So today we are going to look at the medieval history question. So here you will find that critically examine the policy of token currency of मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक। बहुत फेमस रूलर रहे हैं ये पागल बादशाह, known as the Mad King because of his varied experiment related to army, related to irrigation system, related to agriculture, related to shifting of capital. Whatever unnecessary was there, it was done by him in the lust of controlling the whole region on the world which is being inhabited by the human. बहुत महत्वाकांक्षी थे ये। मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक की चाहत ये थी कि वो पूरे वर्ल्ड में जहां पर भी आबादी है, जहां पर भी लोग रहते हैं, that should be under his control. And because of that, he had made various experiments during his reign. इनका reign था 1325, 1325 to 51. He died in 1351. And during this period, he made several experiments in his administration and economic system, whatever it was there. So here the keywords, if you go for the keywords, then the keywords here are first of all critically examine. So in the last question we had seen there was explain the administrative system, local administrative system of Chola Empire. But here critically examine. So this is the first keyword and this is the command of the question. Before you write the answer of any question, first of all you should understand the command of the question. The demand of the question can be only understood from the command of the question. So what kind of command of the questions you may find? You may find examine. In examine, you have to write the positive and the negative, both the aspects of any situation which has been given in the question. After the word examine, you will find the statement of the question. Accordingly, you have to write both the positive and the negative aspect of that topic, and thereafter you have to give your own opinion in the conclusion. And thereafter you will find critically examine. In this, you have to write mostly the negative part. There should be some positive part, but only the negative part should be focused on. The major part should be there because you have to criticize the statement. You have to find out the negative aspects, and thereafter you may find elaborate. In this situation, there will be a situation, a statement, a gist of any matter, and thereafter you have to explain in detail that whole matter. That is elaborate. Thereafter there may be describe. Here again you have to write whatever you know about that topic. All the aspects of that topic should be mentioned over there. And thereafter there may be other statements also, but these four are the major command of the question. Otherwise you will not be in a situation to write the proper answer if you don't understand what is the requirement of the question. So here the question is critically examine. So the first keyword is critically examine, the second keyword is token currency, and the third and the most important मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक। हीरो तो यही है, तो इनको तो इम्पोर्टेंट होना ही है, सारा कर्म कांड इन्हीं के कारण हुआ है। तो हियर in the introduction you should mention about what is token currency. So what is token currency? Token currency is any currency which doesn't have any value in itself, but it is valued just because of the authority which is issuing it. अगर आरबीआई के केस में देखें, इफ वी सी अबाउट आरबीआई एंड द इंडियन करेंसी, then does that paper have any value in real sense? No. It is valued just because it has been issued by the RBI and it is supported by the government of India. But to maintain its value in real sense, there are various other aspects that should be taken into consideration, and those are looked after by RBI and the government of India. So the token currency should be explained in the introduction, as well as you should mention about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, his reign, when he ruled, what was some of his activities, and thereafter come down to the body part. So this is the main portion of your answer which will fetch you marks. इंट्रोडक्शन तक जस्ट ऐसे ही टाइम पास होता है, वो होता है भूमिका बांध रहे, कास्टिंग चल रही है पिक्चर की. Thereafter you come down to the real picture, the real scenario of the question. So here onwards your real answer will start. And here, type of token currency, what kind of token currency he had issued. यहाँ पे ये सारी चीजें डालने का एक मेजर रीजन ये भी है कि you have to write your answer in 500 to 600 words, and if you just go on to critically analyze the token currency related issues that was with Muhammad bin Tughlaq reign, then you will find that you end up writing your answer within 250 to 300 words. So you are not going to achieve the word limit. So in the introduction also you have to stretch a bit, and stretch in such a way that nobody can recognize that you are stretching your answer. स्मार्ट वर्क करना है यहाँ पे, क्योंकि अगर आप पकड़े गए तो सिर बुश हिटिंग का पेनल्टी लगेगा. आपने जैसे ही बुश हिटिंग की, इधर उधर की बातें की, द एग्जामिनर विल गेट इरिटेटेड एंड ही विल कट डाउन योर मार्क्स. while if you do the work smartly, then he may be impressed and he may award you some extra marks also. तो यहाँ पर दोनों सिचुएशन क्रिएट हो सकते हैं. So you have to be very cautious while framing your structure of answer, while writing your answer. Do not do any bush hitting. Just focus on the major points, keywords that are relevant to the answer and go on to elaborate them. इसीलिए आपको आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस करना जरूरी है, बिकॉज आंसर राइटिंग भी ऐसा नहीं कि 500 वर्ड्स में कंप्लीट आप आंसर राइटिंग कीजिए. Just go on to make the raw structure like this. Here you can see in the introduction, just 2 points. If you have done the answer writing practice in this manner, then it will also serve a purpose of revision material for you. And thereafter the body part, just the points, and thereafter go on to conclusion. In conclusion, what would you go on to write? So first, type of currency. What kind of type of currency was issued by Muhammad bin Tughlaq? That was copper coin. He replaced the silver and gold coins with copper coins, and the gold coins can be taken from the treasury of the empire by submitting these copper coins. So it was a chaos-like situation for the whole empire, because what there was done, there was no such good security features on the copper coins. Just there was some carvings out in the Arabic letters, and because of this, what happened, the local goldsmiths and other people like blacksmiths etc. were able to make these coins at their home. Second thing was that there was no standardization. standardization was not there, so again it was very difficult for common people to identify the fake coins and the good coins. So the original coins were not having any different aspects than the forged coins. So because of this, what happened, there were too much of the coins in circulation in the whole empire, and people used to submit these coins to the treasury and take on the silver and gold, because the value of the copper coins were kept same as that of the value of the silver and the gold coins, but the silver and the gold coins were having that value because of their own price, not it was set by any emperor. So because of this, there was a complete chaos. Same situation was there when Dhirubhai Ambani was working in Yemen. What he had done, there was also silver coins in circulation in Yemen, and the authorities were disturbed with the situation over there, because suddenly the silver coins in the economy was vanishing. कहाँ जा रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, किसी को कुछ नहीं पता. तो हो क्या रहा था, धीरू भाई अंबानी अपने भाई गुजराती भाई, उनको पता था कि ये जो सिल्वर कॉइन सर्कुलेशन में है, इसकी एक्चुअल प्राइस जो अभी इसकी मार्केट वैल्यू है उससे इस मेटल की ज़्यादा है. सो व्हाट ही स्टार्टेड टू डू, ही स्टार्टेड टू परचेज द कॉइन फ्रॉम द पीपल. जो भी लेबरर्स काम करते थे, जो भी ये लोग थे वर्कर्स वहाँ पे, तो उनकी जो पेमेंट होती थी कॉइन्स में, ही यूज्ड टू पे देम इन द नोट्स एंड ही यूज्ड टू टेक द coins and he used to melt it and sell it in the market. तो गुजराती भाई ने अपना दिमाग लगाया कि भाई सिल्वर का एक्चुअल प्राइस तो इसका जो मार्केट वैल्यू उससे ज़्यादा है, तो मार्केट वैल्यू पे उन्होंने खरीदा और एक्चुअल प्राइस पे उसको मेल्ट करके बेच दिया. सेम सिचुएशन वाज हियर. एक्चुअल प्राइस ऑफ कॉपर कॉइन वाज less than the market value. So what people started to do, they started to mint their coin at their home and they used to circulate it in the market or to submit to the treasury and get issued the silver and the gold coins. So this was the situation. So why did the Muhammad bin Tughlaq needed the token currency? Muhammad bin Tughlaq, as we have discussed in the introduction, was very aspirational. He wanted to rule the whole world, and for that he needed a huge army, and to pay money to huge army he circulated copper coins, and because of this aspiration he got trapped in this vicious circle of fake coins, and his plan backfired, and his major criticisms were valued equal to the silver and the gold coin, as we have discussed, and because of which what started, suddenly the silver and the gold coins started to vanish from the market. People started to hoard it and started to use copper coins instead of the silver and the gold coins, and they were exchanged with the silver and the gold coins from the treasury. So with the passage of time, the emperor's treasure started to deplete, and lastly the situation was like that they were not able to maintain the market value of copper coins. शेयर मार्केट वाली हालत हो गई, डिमांड सप्लाई का सिचुएशन हो गया. the demand of the silver and the gold coins in the market was more than what it was available in the emperor's royal treasure, and the demand in the market for the exchange was increasing with the passage of time, and copper coin was gradually losing its value. धीरे धीरे उसकी वैल्यू इतनी कम होते चली गई कि बर्नी, one of the renowned medieval time writer, he mentions that कि value was like a stone, पत्थर की तरह उसकी वैल्यू हो गई कॉपर क्वाइंस की, जस्ट बिकॉज कि उसमें सिक्योरिटी फीचर्स नहीं थे, देयर वाज नो सिक्योरिटी फीचर, रादर देन पुटिंग द impression of royal emblem, the emperor did the mistake of putting some Arabic letters which can be easily carved by any person who knows the metal work. एंड इवन यहाँ पर तो सीधे पैसा छापना था, कोई भी बैठ के सीख भी लिया होगा। इंडिया में ही हम लोग जैसे देखते हैं बहुत सारे ऐसे फेक करेंसी मिंट करने के वाले लोग मिल जाते हैं। इवन देयर वाज अ न्यूज दैट इन गाजियाबाद द पीपल, द मेटल वर्कर्स वेयर minting the 10 rupee coins. So this is the situation, the same situation. Even today there are various security features in the coin, then also people used to forge them. So this was quite easy for the metal workers in the medieval time to forge these coins. And again the local mukaddams also started to use the copper coins instead of gold coins to pay their army, to pay their taxes to the royal exchequer. So the local mukaddam started their whole transaction in copper coin rather than gold and silver coin. Again this hampered the situation of the royal treasury. They were sending the tax collection in the form of copper coins rather than gold and silver coins. And उनके साथ भी प्रॉब्लम था, they were also not having a good situation because the people used to pay them taxes in the copper coins. So how could they get the gold and the silver coins from the market? And none of the people were, I agree, to part with their gold and silver coins. Even they were hoarding that. And later on what happened? There was great loss to the exchequer. And once upon a time the situation was such that it was empty of gold and silver coins. Great heap of copper coins, a term is used. Heap of copper coins. And this term is used because in 1330 the coin was launched, and in 1333 it was pulled off from the market. So those people who were left with these copper coins, they rushed to exchange their copper coins with the gold and the silver coins. And again the people started to mint as much copper coin as they can within a short period of time to exchange it with the gold and the silver coins from the royal exchequer, because the copper coins were demonetized. याद है आप लोगों को? 8 नवंबर 2016, 8 नवंबर 2016 रात 8 बजे से The same situation was there in 1333. The copper coins got demonetized and the people rushed to exchange their old copper coins, पुराने 500 और 1000 के नोट. तो ये सेम सिचुएशन वहां पर था. And the people rushed, and because of which what happened, the exchequer lose whatever there was left in the exchequer, the gold and the silver coins. Like the government of India was not having enough money to exchange, and because of that they had limited कि आप 2000 ही निकाल सकते हो, आप 6500 ही निकाल सकते हो, आप 5000 ही निकाल सकते हो. There was rationing, but the emperor was not in the situation to ration the gold and the silver coins. He had to exchange that. And because of this, what happened? Behind the fort of the emperor, there was a huge heap of copper coins. And this led to a great loss to the exchequer. Muhammad bin Tughlaq is known not only for his copper coin adventurism, he also constructed canal in the Yamuna Ganga Dwab region. And in that also he invested too much of money, and he was thinking that the agricultural produce will increase and from that he will get too much of revenue and his losses will be wiped off. But this was not the situation. Again he thought that he will change the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, and he did that. And the people who were traveling with him, all the contingents, all the officials, most of the population was traveling with him from Delhi to Daulatabad, and they took around 6 months to reach to Daulatabad. And when they lived over there for some days or some months, then they found that there was scarcity of water. Daulatabad is a hilly region. It is in the Satpura region, and because of this, what happened? Muhammad bin Tughlaq again ordered all his officials, contingent, and whatever the population that had came over there with him to return back to Delhi without any exploration, without any research. Nothing was done. Just he said that chalo Daulatabad, and in return chalo Delhi. So such kind of impulsive emperor was he, and because of his decisions, many people had suffered. His empire as a whole suffered, and because of his adventurism, lastly, the Sultanate was not there. The Sultanate ended. So this was the situation which was there in the medieval period during the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and it is an important topic. But in the last JPSC already this question has been asked in the exam, so you don't need to bother about this. Rather you should focus on other questions. But if you say that, then why I am discussing these questions? These questions will give you an insight about what kind of questions you may get and how you should approach the question. So in the last part, in the conclusion, what should you write? You should conclude about the adventurism of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. That is thoughtless decision. He was not deliberating on any topic or any new plans and policies without any deliberation, without any discussion, without analyzing its pros and cons. He used to take the decision, impulsive decisions, and always they became a disaster for him, and that is why he was called as Mad Sultan. And thereafter it costed the exchequer dearly, and because of which the Sultanate was unable to maintain a large army. His successors were not in a position to maintain a large army, and because of which what happened? The regional powers cropped up and the Sultanate was eventually dismembered, and it was restricted to Delhi and its neighboring regions only, and it impacted the future of the empire. In the end, the empire was dismembered. So this should be the conclusion of your answer, and this is the approach how you should write the answers in the JPSC mains exam and structure your answer properly. That is the way to write a good answer when there is huge word limit. 500 words is not a joke. For writing 500 words, at least it is the word limit, because they have mentioned that 500 to 600 words. So it can be easily concluded that 500 word is the lower limit and the 600 word is the upper limit. In between this range you have to write. And if you go on to write around 500 words, then you should at least write 5 pages. That is the average. Some people write in very small letters, so they may compile the 500 words in less number of pages. Some people write very big letters, so they may overshoot the 5 pages average. but this is the average. 100 words, around 100 words is a average writing in a page. So here we finish off the discussion of the medieval India question. Few seats are left still in our courses, so those who want to join our courses may visit our website. That is, the courses has already been started, but you will get the recorded class, so you are not going to be losing any of the topic. All the topics will be there till the end. However, in the offline courses, you may visit our offline office, and thereafter you can register here. Only one class is over and still there are some seats left over. So if you want to prepare for the JPSC mains and be in a good position to write good answers, then visit our office or our website. And last but not the least, follow us on our social media channels. This is our website address, and do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new videos. Thank you very much and have a nice day.